Now, Peter, you're a great strategist and a lateral thinker. So what do you reckon about the strategies you're hearing today?
And I used to milk on one of the first circular milking sheds in the Waikato. What I'm most attracted by is two things. The notion that Synlait is an example of a disruptive technology. The shift from, say, wind-driven passages of ships to steam-driven. And Synlait is a model of something that can quickly identify a very high-value market and build up capacity to meet volume and so on. And so I'd be interested in responses to, have we got the right structure for seeding more of these disruptive technologies? Could we have more of those happening, and knowing that, say, 1 in 10 will make truckloads of money and a few will fail and others will be good? The other thing that occurs to me is that basically milk is New Zealand's low-value petrochemical. The petrochemical manufacturers like ICI in England and Shell, in the 80s, 90s, they started to recognize they could no longer make the sort of low-value petrochemicals like PVC, plastic and nylon. They had to shift into much higher value things. Radical transformations were made to ICI, and similar ones. DuPont is going through a similar radical transformation now to shift from petrochemicals as a feedstock to using biochemicals as the feedstock for making the same functional products. So we need quite different mindsets, quite different research and development and innovation strategies to start to ask the question, how do we move from milk being a low-value biochemical to a high-value biochemical? So that's the second mix. And the third sort of thing that's swirling through my mind is, okay, milk is basically, it's protein with a bit of sweetener, a bit of lactose in there, and the lovely fat as well, fat-soluble vitamins. What other things can we grow which we can combine to give the same sort of functional or high-value functional properties? So, and I know, for example, that the soybean is a remarkable bean in terms of its protein products. Obviously, so it's got to be mixed with other things to make a milk formula, for example. So, yeah, do we have the right structure in New Zealand to ferment disruptive technologies in the industry? Are we thinking about other land uses for what currently dairying is used for? I mean, kiwi fruit was a big thing in the 70s and 80s. And finally, how do we really rethink to put other components into the mix?